see. Let's see what we have here for the boys. Okay. No. Saludos, Mr. Blair. Saludos. You say it, Mr. Blair. They need to listen to learn. What was that? Saludos, CMEX. Saludo. CMEX. Saludos. Buenas tardes a todos. Saludos, Mr. Blair. Okay, so we have this. We'll be on in a couple of seconds, guys, so just bear with me for a second. All right, so. I need to get something. Saludos. Saludos, Nelson. Saludos. I think this is Nelson. Yeah, saludos, Nelson. Good to see you. Good to have you back. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, let's get the show. Okay. All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the Public Service Watch Announcement Channel. Today, we have prepared something special for you guys that we have to share with you guys. It's something that, I thought I would never tell you what I'm going to tell you today. Kino arm twisted me, and he told me that I had to tell you guys. So I'm going to tell you something today that is going to be very beneficiary. Esa palabra beneficioso, ¿verdad? That word is going to be real good for you guys to know and have this in your arsenal, So when we're gone, you know what to do, how to handle things, and how it all works, like the fake news that we hear every day, like that, something to that effect. Guys, that what we ask from you guys is just a thumbs up if you can. If you don't have arthritis and you can give us a thumbs up, we would appreciate that, because this channel is on lockdown. You understand? This channel is on lockdown because we have told you too many things. They are very, very truthful. And we're not gonna hide it. We're gonna tell you we are in lockdown, trancado, trancado, totally locked down. And we know we've done a few things. So to find out. So that's the reason we ask you guys to give us that a thumbs up. Even though that we're like this, we're not gonna stop. That's not gonna happen. Because with you 12 is good enough. The word is being spread. Like wildfire, right? So don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you would like to, you can also exactly. Exactly, Mr. Damon. Yes, exactly, Mr. Damon. Only a few we need here. So we ask you for that, for that big favor, because this channel, one more time, throw me the TV antenna lightning. We are in lockdown, all right? For whatever reason, it's like when you are silenced, when you're putting something down, you write something, they silence you, and that's how it works. La vida es así, it's that way. All right, guys? Just to let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking about precious metal materials, I don't have a problem. To me, everything is beautiful. The situation is gravy. Don't let that little drop, scare you. It's like that. It's like a roller coaster ride. So, gold is still at the $4,000 mark, $3,995. Tomorrow will be $4,015, $4,020 is there. Things are very, very, very bad around the world. Around the world, not the United States, around the world, right? So I want to let you guys know about that. And I want to tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. We have had some channels have done a crossover. Some channels who are dealers, who are watch dealers, have come forward to say that, you guys don't know how bad the situation with the watch market is. It's worse. Listen to what they say. It's worse than what you guys think. We've been telling you that, but they can say it because they have, they have carte blanche, they have carte blanche that they can say whatever they want and they don't have this. But, we can't say it because we got this, for whatever reason, So you got a bunch of channels now promoting that you guys don't know how bad it is to watch, a market, and we're talking about Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market channels and dealers. I'm not gonna get into names here, but you know who they are. You know who they are. It's what it is. But they're saying that because they know where this is heading to. You know where this is heading, and it's fine because we've been saying it. I can tell you easily, guys. I can tell you easily. I've been telling you guys for the last, man, no lie. I've been telling you, man. I'm gonna dare to say it, man. For the last 4 years, For the last 4 years, I've been saying this situation is upside down, and now they're coming to say that, you guys don't have an idea. This is very, very bad. It's worse than what you think. They say that. It's worse than what, and I laugh. I go, wow, incredible, They get to say. So all these, these channels are, and then we have some new ones that now are coming in now because the old ones that you were used to, they can't do it no more, So we have some new channels, coming around, So be careful because you guys are still maintaining the ones that you like. You guys are still maintaining them with of raffle tickets, sweepstake tickets, all that kind of stuff, so you can keep on maintaining their lifestyle. The red gold fast boat, the yellow gold fast car, orange gold fast motorcycle, all that good stuff, But I got to tell you what's going on, all right? I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, all right? So, la situación, the situation is not good out there. And, when you hear these Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market dealers and channels start saying that things are worse than what you guys think, no hay tanta cama para tanta gente. There's not many beds for too many people, for many people. No hay cama, Ladies and gentlemen, I wanna also address something with all of you, ladies and gentlemen. We have this a person that he won the election in the United States in New York City, you know, and his name is, you know, I'm going to say, you know, congratulations to him. His name is Mandani, something to that, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, he is saying that he is going, the first thing he's going to do in New York City, where I was born in Bronx, Lebanon, in the year 1962, he's saying that he is going to freeze rent in New York City, you know. You know, if you guys want to see, you know, New York City become a shit show, well, you're probably most probably gonna see it if this person does what he says. You know, he says that he is gonna freeze rent, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you something. If he is thinking of, you know, freezing the rent in New York City, I'm gonna tell you, you know, he first has to, you know, freeze taxes, you know, for those landlords, you know, those landlords in New York and the Bronx and Brooklyn, you know, Queens, Jamaica, Flushing, all those places, you know. If he's gonna freeze taxes and he's gonna take care of operating expenses, maybe you guys don't know what operating expenses is, but I'll tell you just a little bit, you know, no more heat, you know, in the cold weather in New York City, it gets freezing. Me and my sister, you know, we would wear gloves and pajamas and socks, tube socks, and we used to blow smoke inside our rooms because the landlord would not put the heat on, you know, and that also means appliances, you know, repairing, plumbing, you know what I'm saying? A toilet broke, that, you know, none of that stuff is gonna happen, you know. So, you know, in order for that to happen with that guy, Madami, whatever you call him, you know, congratulations to him, you know, because there's people there, you know, they like the man, what he's offering, you know. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if he's not going to put in the table, if he's not going to put in the table with, you know, freeze rent, and he's not going to put their taxes, freeze taxes, you know, or, you know, fix that there somehow, and cooperate with operating expenses of the building, Papa, you cannot put then rent freeze in the same table without those two things, you know? Rent freeze, operating expenses, and taxes, you know? Without those two, it's more, but I'm going to put two minimum because you guys don't know about this. You know, you guys do not know. Landlords are going to do, they're not going to do a frogging thing to those buildings. They're not going to do nothing to those buildings. They're not going to fix nothing. They're not going to repair nothing. They're not going to put nothing, no kitchen sink, no toilet, no heating, no plumbing, no appliances. You know, you know, your refrigerator breaks. Te jodiste. No hay papi, no hay nada. You know, te jodiste. Papi, let me tell you something. I come from New York City. I was born August 22nd, 1962. And we lived in New York many, many years. And we knew at our time, in the Bronx, it was called rent control. We had rent control. Renta controlada, rent control. You know, we had that there, you know. And I remember my father, my mother always, you know, counting the pennies, you know, to pay the rent and all that good stuff. And my father thinking, you know, he was the only provider of the family. You know, unbelievable, that father of mine. It was beautiful people, beautiful people. And so, you know, he always was thinking, you know, the rent, you know, back in the 70s, you know, you were paying $1.60 a month. You know, it was a lot of money, $160, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, like I said again, we had rent control. And then, you know, they came in with that, you know, rent freeze in the 80s and in the 70s, 80s, something like that. And I'm going to tell you something. My father, one day he got mad and he said, we're leaving from here. We're going to go to sunny Miami Beach. I remember because my father was always talking about Miami Beach. He always liked Miami Beach for some reason. I don't know if it was because he liked Jackie Gleason. I don't know what it was, but he always liked Miami Beach, you know. So we ended up in Miami. So when we left, ladies and gentlemen, the Bronx was burning down. You don't know about this. You don't know about that. Maybe you want to listen. The Bronx was burning down. You know, all the landlords, they had apartment buildings. Suddenly, you know, something, you know, one of those heaters, you know, those electric heaters that you put next to your bed to get some kind of, you know, heat, you know, to get, you know, warm por la noche, you know, para no te da frío, no cold weather. So, a lot of those things started catching fire, allegedly, allegedly. So the Bronx was burning down, because to these people, it was no more a business. They couldn't. You have to give them a piece of space. I'm going to come in the defense. After I became an older man, I realized, that these landlords are humans too, and they need to make a living. So they had them squeeze play. They couldn't make no money because they were paying, the rent was controlled, it was frozen, lottie. So a lot of those buildings started catching fire because they were taking care of taxes, they were taking care of operating expenses. Y no le daba la cuenta. It wouldn't give him the results of money-wise. It wouldn't give him the results. So a lot of those buildings started burning and collapsing, It was unbelievable. They call it, the Bronx was burning down. I don't know if you know about this. If you go and you Google it, you'll look into it, you're going to see the Bronx was burning down in the 70s, 80s, It was everywhere. Thank to my father that he had the vision that he had to get his son and his daughter out of New York, and we moved here to Miami for a better opportunity of life, We were already, we were exposed to seeing junkies around the street, injecting themselves, with heroin, manteca, heroina, heroin, manteca. We call it, manteca. You know what I'm trying to say. So if this guy is going to be giving free, rent freeze, rent the freeze, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. If he has those plans, I'm telling you, the two things have to go on the table. Not one of them, two, because there's a lot of them, but I'm giving you two so you understand what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say, if they don't put there that they're gonna, freeze taxes on these landlords. I'm gonna tell you the other one now. Hold on, take it easy. If they're not gonna put their operating expenses with the same thing as a rent freeze, freeze rent freeze, whatever you want to call it. You got to put those two things with this one, operating expenses and taxes with rent freeze, If those two don't go together, that cannot happen. It will not happen. That's a fantasy what they're talking over there, Papi. My father and Paco Gambino show me too much about this, and they always told me this will come to New York City. Let me explain to you something, ladies and gentlemen. New York City had at the moment over 12 million people living in all the boroughs of New York, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to know this. Out of those 12 million, 2.5 left New York. 2.5 have left New York. Do you know where those 2.5 left to? Does anybody know? Is anybody from New York here? Does anybody know where the 2.5 left from New York? I see you guys are slow, so I'm going to tell you quickly where they left to, all right? They did the same thing my father did. They left New York to sunny Florida. They came over here to Florida. They came to Florida, okay? They came to Florida. But I'm going to tell you one more too now. California is one of the most beautiful, I'm telling you, California is one of the most beautiful states there is, Papa. Beautiful, beautiful mountains, the weather through the whole years, beautiful, bello. I'm not going to keep on talking because I'm going to mess it up. But California is something beautiful, right? No te metas aquí, no. No te metas. No te metas aquí, no, que estoy en fuego. I'm on fire today. No te metas aquí, no. No te apures aquí, no. Aguanta. California is beautiful. Do you know that in California, I do not know how many people left from California, but let's say 3 million. Let's say 3 million left from California. Do you know where those Californians left to? Does anybody know? I'll tell you, I know where they left, but I'm going to see if you guys know, porque son un bonche de palomos. ¿Tú entiendes? Palomos. Anybody know? Come on, Damon. You know where they left to, Damon. You know where they left to, Damon. Tell me where they left to, Damon. Tell me. You came to Florida, okay? Okay, you're from California. You came to Florida. That's something special. But I'm going to tell you where they went to. They went to, the ones from California, they left to Texas. Oh no! Bravo! Creative experiment. Bravo, they left to Texas. So New York left to Florida. California left to Texas, papi. They left to Texas. They left to Texas. Se fueron para casa, carajo. Se fueron para Texas. You know, over there. They're in Texas now because they couldn't take it no more. Texas and Florida. Para que ustedes entiendan. Papi, today I'm on fire. What I'm bringing to you guys today, I'm going to tell you from right now, what I have for you guys, this is for chapter 40, what I'm going to tell you today. Chapter 40. 4-0. You know? Okay? Chapter 40. And they left over there to Texas, Austin, Texas, wherever you want to call it. Waco, Texas, they left over there. You know? Over there, con la tranca en la mano. Con la tranca. Vamos. Blazing. Pa. Ping. You know? Pa afuera. Bing, bing. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. So I told you already that if that gentleman over there is not going to put those two things in the table with his thing, you know, with his agenda, you know, rent freeze, if he puts down operating expenses and taxes, they can do something there. But if these two don't go in the same table with this one, vayan pa casa el carajo. It will never work. We saw buildings in New York in the 70s. They were burning them down like it was a joke. They were just burning, you know. The building, the roof, it burned down. Boom, pay the insurance. Boom, pay the insurance. You know, they got all paid out. You know, I'm talking about New York City was burning down. The Bronx, it was burning. Papi, I'm on fire today. Control me. Un poquito de jungle juice. Estoy loco. I'm mad. You don't know about this, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. If this Momo that won whatever he won over there in New York, the mayor, whatever it is that he won, if he doesn't bring that to the table, papi, it's going to fall off the table. Everything is going to fall off the table. And you know what's going to happen? All those landlords are going to go belly up on foreclosure. Más nada. Foreclosure y más nada. That's it. Se terminó todo. Foreclosure con todo el mundo. Me voy de aquí. I'm going to Florida, Miami Beach. I'm going to go sit down and get a suntan over there, you know, with a plastic paper in their nose. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So that's what's going to happen. Just to let you know what's going on with that guy from New York. The world is upside down, ladies and gentlemen. The world is upside down. I'm going to take the opportunity to tell all of you, we have a communist in New York. We have a communist. You know, if you like that, no problem. If you voted for that, you're just going to learn how to swim in it, you know? You're going to learn how to swim in it, you know? Learn how to swim all the way up, all the way. Give it away. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to learn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on fire today. You don't understand. This is too much for you guys. You guys want to hear. You know who you want to go hear? You want to go hear the War is Fat Bastard. You guys want to go hear the Hungry Hippo, Mr. Magoo. You guys want to hear, you know who? Deputy Boxing Black Eyes and his sidekick, Jiminy Cricket with the Chia Pet spray can hair. That's what you want to hear. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm mad and I ain't going to take it any longer, ladies and gentlemen. Esto se jodió. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was just thinking, we have constitutions in this country. We have constitutions in this country. And I believe that we have a Bible that we must put our hand, you know, when we're being sworn in, right? Sworn in. I was just thinking because, you know, I don't know. Do you think he's going to put his hand on the Bible? I'll leave you with that one. Do you think he's going to put the hand in La Biblia? You know, La Biblia, in the Bible, the Holy Bible. You know, I don't know. I was just thinking because my mind is crazy. I think crazy things. And my friends call me up to ask me, what do you think? I said, what are the odds? You know, what are the odds on that? You know, on Kashi. You know, because Kashi's going to come up with a bet. Is he going to put his hand on the Bible? Yes or no? You know, I'm leaving that with you guys. Okay. Enough of politics because, you know, we're not a politic channel. We are a watch channel, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something about the situation that I must tell you people. Many of you, I can see many of you belong to watch groups. You may want to pay attention to this. You may. If you're thinking of giving a quarter to Sweet Kid Kino today, today's the day you can give him a quarter. Because he gave me permission and he told me that I must let him have it. Let him have it. You've been holding it for too long. Let him have it. Y más nada. I'm going to let you have it. A lot of you belong to a lot of watch groups. A lot of you belong to watch groups and a lot of you don't. But I'm going to say 90% here you belong to a group. Somehow, somewhere. Whether it's in the Gram, Gram Insta, whether it's Bookface, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's text, whether it's Signal, Tribe, whatever you want to call it. Okay. We got a couple that don't belong. Okay. But let's say you do belong. And let's just give it an example. You do belong. I don't want you guys to, get mad at me. But ladies and gentlemen, these watch groups that you guys belong to, you guys belong to these groups is unbelievable. And these people, what you see there, thank you. Thank you, Dr. E. Thank you so much, Papi. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So all of you that belong to these watch groups, like I said already, and the internet and, phones, whatever it is, Signal, whatever Gracias, papi. Gracias, manito. Gracias, papá. Bendiciones. Thurston Howard III. Bendiciones, papá. So when you belong to these groups, you have their people. They're selling watches all over the place. And ladies and gentlemen, we have seen in the last 2 months that everything that's being sold is being sold in auctions, from these watch groups that they're dealer to dealer. They're doing auctions all day, every day. Auction back and forth, because there are not many people out there with any SBA loans left or any PPP loans left anymore. There's no more that has cash, So they're doing this. But I'm going to give you a big thing today, ladies and gentlemen. You have groups, they're for free. You have hundreds of free groups, watch groups. You have groups that, they charge you a fee of $50 a month, $50 a year. Ones pay $100, $300, $500. The higher the due is, for that watch group, the better it is supposedly. And a lot of these people, what they do is they belong to these groups, and they go back to other groups that they have a burning phone, and they made a group in a burning phone, and they put prices they get from me, from Kino, from you, your watch that you have it. I say that I have it, but I'm a broker. I'm just brokering for you. You have it there. Yeah, I'm asking so much and so much and so much. And they start putting all these watches all over the place, and nobody has these watches. Nobody has these watches. It's just basically you're brokering watches. You're in a lot of groups, and you put these watches out there. But here's the punchline, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the punchline. My wife is a very kind lady, She told me already that we are in a special time, and she gave me this, unbelievable cup, It's unbelievable. It has like a pumpkin here. I don't know what it is, For Thanksgiving, So thank you. Thank you, Dr. E. So what happens is, I already told you have all different kind of prices. You have scam, watch groups, fake groups, delincuente, we have all kind of people in life, in all these groups, But ladies and gentlemen, you have other groups that they are unbelievable. They'll charge you to be in the group, the watch group, so you can see prices of watches that cost $2,000, right? $2,000. And you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of money. That's a very reasonable one right there. $2,000. Then you have another one that charges $2,500, and one that charges you $5,000, $5,000 to join the group, and you have to be they have to do a background check on you. You know, a background check. Who's this guy? You know, does he have, you know, real Wells Fargo money, or what? Who's this guy? You know, right? So I already told you the number: 2, 25, and 5,000. And these channels have these groups, these chats have real watches that they're selling there. You know what I'm trying to say? But I said 2,000, 25, and 5,000. And then those people, they get into those groups. Some of them are just there, they're snooping around, looking at prices, and they make contact with Joey, you know, with Tony Pizza. You know, you get it or you don't get it? Tony Pizza, you know, Hebrew Hot Dog, you know, those names, those funny names, you know, Droopy Eyes, you know, those wise guys, you know, those guys are there, you know, these guys have Wells Fargo money, you know, real money, and they have all the watches you can think of, right? I went to 5,000. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a channel or a group that these guys are the dogs for real, the big dogs. And those people there, I'm not even going to tell you what it is to be in that group. I know what it is, and I'm exposed because I can see it I can see it. I can see it all day, and I can see the prices there. I'm going to give you an example, right? We have a gentleman by the name of Achilles. Achilles asked me for a Richard Mille price of a rose gold, and I gave it to him the other day. And today he wanted another price of a Richard Mille, right? A Richard Mille, a RM, listen carefully, RM 005, right? White gold. And the person is selling, I'm going to show you something so you can learn. I'm going to show you something. So the person is selling the watch, and he puts it in one of those watch groups that you guys belong to, I don't want to ignore this person. Thank you very much, Sean, for that, you know, for that wonderful, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, Sean. I really mean that. And believe me, you're going to really enjoy what I'm going to tell you now. You're really going to enjoy this. All of you are going to enjoy it. Thank you very much again, Sean. So the person, he is in that. Forget about the $5,000 group. This is another group. This is, Bobby, these people, this is in another level. You know, thank you. So the guy gets a watch there. He sees it, and he takes it to one of your favorite watch groups, and he puts it there for $92,000, right? $92,000, because he's in that group. He can see everything. But I can see it too. I can see the watch. I can see the picture, everything. And he puts it there. And I'm looking at it, and he's putting 92, right? The Richard Mille RM 005, black dial, black strap. They're asking $90,000+. And I'm going to tell you this. So when I tell you a price, it's because I already know the price of that watch. And it's being paraded. It's being brokered by somebody else, right? And I'm going to tell you for that watch right there, that RM 005, leaving a space for somebody to make money. But these Michiganders want to make so much on you. It's gross. So since this is gross, I gotta say, let's just do it. No te meta aquí, no. No te meta. No te meta, que yo sé lo que estoy hablando. Si me hace falta, yo te hablo. No te meta. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing the price. The price of the watch that I'm looking at, which is the one they have out there in one of your platforms for $92,000, I'm seeing it for $84,000. $84,000. But you gotta pay some big money to be in that group, you know, in that chat group, you know, big. These people son colossal. These people are mammoth. Every single group that you see around there, forget about the ones that you belong to here on Bookface and Graham, and forget about that, papi. All those watches you seen there, they belong to them. These people been around the watch business for 40, 50 years. And they have every single contact you can believe. Every single contact. Every single bubble wrap Patek Philippe, they have them all. They have them all. So you guys, these people are selling the whole day. They're selling the whole day. The whole day they're selling. But most of the people, what they're doing is getting a price from this guy and just putting it here, and he's monitoring this guy to see when you bite. When you bite over here, okay, I make the move now. But he has it in the chat. And I'm keeping contact with you. You still have the RM005? Yes, I do. You still have it? Perfect. Okay, I think I have it sold. This guy has a price of $84,000. He's selling it on one of those things in Bookface for $92,000. So look at the space he has to work with. So this is what they do with all these watches that you see on all these watch groups. It basically is one big shot that's running the whole thing. And if they ask you who told you, you tell them that I told you. I tell you. Because I'm stupid like that. I'm stupid just like that. La situación está jodida. And this is how it is. Listen, I don't care what watch group. If you name me one, I'm going to go like this. I'll go, name me one. Go ahead. And I'm going to go like this to you. Name me one. Whichever you want, I want to go. They belong there. Papi, those people are monsters. Those people are monsters. That's it. Exactly. These people are monsters. What they have there, they have it all under control. Es un cagón. Ese es un cagón. Vacuum es un cagón. Vacuum es un cagón. Es un cagón. So we have to come and tell you the truth for free because nobody's going to tell you. Remember, I'm like the masked magician from the 1990s or the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, He will show you how he did the magic trick, the illusion. An elephant, he made him disappear and appear. You know? You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm that guy. I'm the guy with the mask on. The only thing is I'm showing you my face. I'm showing you my face. I don't have a problem with that. No problem with that. Remember, I am in all these groups and I can see them all. So when I give you a price, I already saw it already. And you might ask yourself, pero coño, how? And now that the thing is, upside down, that the world's upside down, it's disgusting. Remember, these old, old timers, papi, these people, they have it all under control for many, many, many years. These people don't even go to shows. They don't need to go to show. They don't need, ellos son la mata. They're the tree. Everything, you got to go through them. And then the rest son cucarachas. The rest are cockroaches. Cockroaches, they're all fighting each other. These people don't care. First of all, to see that, you have to have un padrino. You know what a padrino is? Padrino is a godfather to get you there. To see who you are. They don't want no monkey business. But all these moshuganas are going in there, seeing the prices. They don't even touch. First of all, for you to touch that, American Express wire. Boom! That's it. You understand me? Yo no creo ni que me entienden, Kino, esta gente. Yo no creo ni que me entienden este muchacho. And that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I see it. Chapter 40, papi. Chapter 40. You know what I'm telling you. Coño, Damien, you understood me then, right? You understood what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is how it works. Those people, you want a peace? Papi, those people, they guarantee the peace. They guarantee insurance on your peace. That you're going to have your peace. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying, Thurston Howell? So there's too many tricks here. There's so many tricks that I can continue giving you classes, free classes, how to become a Muppet Boiler Room backpack watch dealer. I can give you that every day. I can be the #1 watch market dealer out there. I can be one of the best watch market up dealers out there. Backpackers, whatever you want to call me. And they know this. They see me. They laugh. Those old timers, they laugh. You know what they call me? The son of a bitch. That's what they call me. It's incredible, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You know, so, you know, it's sad that I have to tell you these things, that this is the way they play. Papi, they have like around 10 burning phones, 10 different groups, and a sucker is going to fall off the tree. One sucker will fall off the tree. One sucker, I promise you, one sucker will fall off the tree. It's like that. You know, it's like that. It's like over there, that guy, you know, that he won over there in New York, Mandami. You know, you voted for him. Now you have to learn how to swim in it. You swim in it, you know. You do the backstroke, but you swim in it. You voted for him. It's all good. It's no harm, you know, no foul, nothing. It's like that. And these people, they operate that way with you guys. But I'm going to tell you for free. Even though I am in lockdown, I'm still going to tell you, because you 20-something people will tell somebody. You will tell somebody, no, papi, there's a bigger one than that. Bigger. No, 2,000 group, eso mierda. No, $2,500 group, eso mierda. A 5,000, okay, you're getting somewhere. But not that one, Baba. That one, those people have the boxes with bubbles. You know, bubble, air, you know? You understand me? Bubble air. Whatever watch you're thinking about, you want the Lion King, the whatever you call it, you know, the root beer with the king, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. You want it? They have it there. You want the guy with the blue dot? They have it there. But how do you get those prices? I get them from them. Real simple. It's real simple. I don't have a problem with that. Papi, they have their shows, right? They have their shows, and they bullshit all day. They bullshit you guys all day. They bullshit you guys all day, and you guys fall for it. That's fine. This is my show. And I don't bullshit you all day. I just tell you the truth is what it is, because I'm stupid like that. I'm just stupid like that and like it. And I like it a lot. You know, because a lot of you people out there got fraud deep. You got fraud deep. Deep that they lost everything. Houses, their jobs, their sanity, depression. That can't happen in my time. It can't happen. But that's how it works. All this is upside down right now. And they know it. The big shots, those big dogs, those old timers, they know it all. You think I'm old? You should see them. You should see them. The whole day playing spades. You know, that's it. Papi, tú una locura. But they won't tell you, but I will. I have to tell you guys. Somebody has to tell you the truth. It's all fake. It's an illusion. You know? It's all fake. Papi, you don't think they watch me? They watch me all day. They watch me all day. But it's nothing you can do. What can they do? What can they do? Nothing. Nothing. You know? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is power. That's it. And you look and you look and you look. You don't mention nobody's name. You mock them. You put a fictional name on them. You know, you put a character name on them. And that's it. They know who they are. You know, you put a name on them. These people, listen to me. These people, it's a different story, and you guys had to hear that side. You know, when I give you a price, I'm seeing already what the price is going out. I'm seeing what's going on in the gray. And now, like they're saying, it's upside down. These people are killing each other. These people are not killing each other physically, killing each other with prices because they can't do nothing about it no more. At first, listen to me, at first they had you guys going. Listen to me, guys. You guys might not believe this, but this channel, with the little exposure that it gets, let me tell you, it makes a little noise. Just a little bit, you know, just a little noise. It makes a little noise, and it's very bothersome. It's very bothersome. It bothers them a lot. You know, like right now, they should be like going, oh man. You want to get into that group? You need a godfather to take you there. You need a godfather to take you. And that godfather has to vouch for you. No. We don't need the money. Your money is good. You're putting him here? That's it. Papi, tienen todo controlado, papi. Tienen todo controlado. Tienen todo controlado. Everything is controlled. You just don't play with them. You just don't play with them. You respect them. You know? They're not going to give you no inventory. No. You got to pay them. You pay me, pick it up, and get out of here. I know. It's like it is. You know right now how they are sitting down? Hey, Martin, come here. Listen to what this guy's saying. It's true, Martin. It's true. It's like that. It's like that. Everybody's playing an illusion with you, all of you. An illusion. An illusion. And I do this for free for you guys. Bobby, listen to me. Everybody out there is starving. If it wasn't because they're selling, sweepstakes and, raffles and this and that, se mueren de hambre, Bobby. Se mueren de hambre. Pretty soon I'm going to stop when I have him already. When I have him close, to the guy that does the fence, he's like this, that he's almost touching the sidewalk. When I have him like that, I'll stop. And if you ask me right now, are they there almost? Not yet. Not yet. But I got them close. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, they call me SOB. You know what they call me? They call me SOB. They call me SOB, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, when I'm giving you a price, and I see them, I see this, and I have never, because you have to respect that. You have to be, the watch market is there, Papi. But you guys know, you guys are sharp. Everybody, listen to me. Every dealer is already saying it. You know what they're saying? They're using beautiful press iron. I come wrinkle. They come press. And they're telling you now, you guys don't have an idea. You have to see this guy. He's beautiful. Beautiful looking kid, It's unbelievable. He sits there and he says, you guys don't have an idea. This is worse than what you think. Bobby, this is, I've been telling you, safely I'll say 3. For real, I've been for 4. The watch market is dead. Papi, the SBA loans and the PPP loans and the government grants, stimulus checks, protection, employment, checks to pay la nómina. How do you say nómina in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice aquí nómina en inglés? Nómina. The payroll. I'm sorry, payroll. The payroll, the government will give you how much you need. And you say 5, give them 5 million. Papi, that's crazy, man. Papi, that's crazy. You put down there, I got 75 employees, sending that. And that money, it disappeared, Papi. It disappeared on yachts. Yachts, a 46 Beltran, And ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling you for the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to remind you guys again. If you thought that things were bad in 2008 with the car situation, Papi, the situation right now, somebody show me this word in this channel. The situation now is with steroids. It has steroids. What's coming now? Papi, they're picking up so many cars that they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. I know what I'm telling you. They're picking up cars every single day. I'm talking about my city where I live in Miami, Florida. They're picking up so many cars. It's unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. La situación está mala, and you guys need to know. And I know that I've been preaching to you guys, not preaching like Jimmy Swaggart. I'm just been preaching to you guys that, so you understand and get it through your head, because there's nothing like an MK Ultra message that they tell you that things are fine. Guys, today is day 36 of the shutdown. Day 36 of the shutdown. Can anybody confirm that for me, please? Can anybody confirm what it is? Day 36 of the shutdown, ladies and gentlemen. El 36. It's crazy. The Pulo Trans, Papi, Sedanos, Presidente, Bravo. These are supermarkets. They're Latin supermarkets here from Miami. Se están comiendo una carabela. They're reading a skull, you know, a body of skull. 36, papi. It's over. It already broke it. Longest day in history. The longest. Papi, the longest day in history. Yeah. You know, that guy from Pennsylvania Avenue got it. He has the crown. You want to see the crown? He has it now. He has the crown. 36. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kashi, you're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. Kashi's already preparing already for that, you know, over under 39 days. The crown is upside down, papi. The crown is upside down. I want to just take a moment to tell you something else that us, you know, us old timers, we sit down and we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk. And ladies and gentlemen, people ask themselves, which is crazy because watch prices have gone bananas, right? They've gone bananas. But nobody has la inteligencia, the intelligence to think, well, why do they keep on? Let's talk about the king of watches, right? The king of watches. If you're gonna buy Rolex, in their mind, this is all allegedly, you know? Allegedly. Rolex in their mind says this. I'm gonna give you a watch market. Rolex in their mind says, well, you know what? We sold Rolex Oyster Flex Daytona Meteorite Dial for $41,000, right? $41,000. And Deputy Boxing Black Eyes, he sold that watch. They know it already. They know this. For $175,000. They bought it from us for $41,000, but somebody paid for it $175, went down to $130, you know, until now it's $190. But if you think about it, $41 and $90 is still a lot of money that people paying. So Rolex said, you know what? Every single watch that Rolex has, besides, with all the respect I'm saying this, besides the Datejust, everything is, you know, everything, it has some kind of meat left in the bone, right? You take a GMT Pepsi, has meat left in the bone with the Jubilee. You take a GMT root beer, a Day green crayon, whatever you take, it has meat left in the bone. So Rolex said, you know what? Let's keep on raising this because the people still keep on buying them. Keep on buying them. They keep on buying them. They don't care. Papi, let's be honest here. The secondary gray watch market is more, listen to this. I'm telling you about those cats, you know, those old timers. They're stacked up in boxes, stacked up. It's more productive than a AD. You know? You understand what I'm trying to say? It has meat left in the bone. So Rolex said, you know what? They're taking these Oyster Flex Tiffany dials and they're asking $90,000. They're taking the second generation Rolex John Mayer with the gold gauges for $80,000. You know what I'm trying to say, Thurston Howard III? I only give you facts for free. God damn it. So Rolex said, you know what? I don't care. In 4 years, 3%, 5%, 9%, 14%, they don't care. Because you guys keep on buying. Hey, I'm not going to let, you know, a Deputy Boxing Black Eye sell my watch for so much money. No. Let's do it us. To see when we're going to stop these people. And to be honest, it's not going to stop. They'll keep on putting it up and you guys will keep on buying. Porque son palomos y lambones. Did you learn something today on chapter 40? I only have 17 students left now. Did you learn something? Because I'm going to go into the watch market out now. I'm going to go into the watch market. You guys learn something? You know it. And it's the least you're going to lose. It's the least you're going to lose. Papi, it's all rigged. It's all rigged. It is all rigged. It's all rigged. You don't know about this, Papi. When you're into that world, when you're in that world and you go, oof, what is this? How does this guy have? How does this guy? You call him up and you say this, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Papi. Thank you so much, Damon. Thank you, Papa. Gracias, manito. Gracias. How is it that you take a Nautilus? You take a Nautilus. 1976. 40th anniversary. I don't know what 1976. To 40 years. You have that watch, not one, not two, not three, in bubble, in a box. How? I have the watch. I have the watch. You need the watch? You come from who? You come from Johnny Cool? You need the watch? You got it. Yeah, I'm Johnny Cool. Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. Johnny, I got Nieves here. Let it go. Papi, es una curiosidad what they have there. And I'm telling you, they see my show and they laugh. They call me SOB. He's an SOB. He's an SOB. Ask Mr. Blair, he'll tell you. Unbelievable, but true. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a little watch market update so you guys can continue skip hopping around through life, all right? I already told you about the Richard Mille RM005. 005. It's white gold, That watch at one moment, ladies and gentlemen, it was over $190,000 in that Corona beer era, 2021 and even 22, it was there. There was still a little like cash left around, But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $84,000. Don't pay more than $84,000. And I'm going to give you a heads up, and it's going to continue, all right? It's going to continue dropping. It's going to continue dropping, ladies and gentlemen. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you another watch here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Rolex white gold Daytona, from 2010. Listen to this one, Mr. Blair. 2010. I don't know if you guys know this, but in 2010, we also had meteorite dials. Rolex Daytona, fully white gold with a meteorite dial. A little different color, meteorite dial, the 116509, 40 millimeter from 2010. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Papi. So you understand, 2010, 2025. That same watch, fully gold. Papi, they're asking today for that watch. I don't know how much, but it's unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you, for that watch, if you're looking for that watch, sir, you want it. You told me you want it. Don't pay for that 116509 from 2010. It has all the bells and whistles. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $44,500. And right, there it is. That's for you. That's another one, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Patek Philippe Complications, white gold with a Salmon dial. Ladies and gentlemen, leather strap, white gold with a Salmon dial. It's unbelievable. Chrono, 5172. 5172, ladies and gentlemen. Salmon, one of the most beautiful colors out there. This watch has a retail price. Let me take a look at this real well, ladies and gentlemen. This has a retail price of $106,269. 41 millimeter. Unbelievable, that Complications. Salmon dial chrono. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that. I'm stupid and I know all the prices. It's a scary thing, man. They gave it to me. They gave me the key, the skull, the key of skull and bones. You know what I'm saying? I got it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay. And they don't care, because I'm giving out their prices. They don't care. Well, look at this, 56. You're pretty close, but here it goes. He's pretty close, but here it goes. He's really close, Randy. He's really close, but I'm going to give it to you guys. Don't pay for that watch more than $50,500. And get up. Me jodí el brazo. Suéltame, Kino. Suéltame. Kino, dame la pastilla del corazón. Suéltame, Kino. Suéltame. Suéltame, suéltame. My elbow hurts. I hit it hard. Hit it hard. Sorry, guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world, ladies and gentlemen. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world. Everybody comes to spook in this channel. Papi, Kino, no te metas. No quiero que me des ideas. No me tiene que dar ideas, Kino. No me dé más ideas. Voy a tomar un poquito de Jungle Juice. Increíble, Kino. Me duele el corazón. My heart is beating fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you another. Listen to this one, Papi. Listen to this. Sir, you know you're from where? You're from Atlanta. It's your time. Here it goes. This is a Patek Philippe Grand Complications. Not complications, grand complications. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. Platinum. Listen to this. 42.2 millimeter Calatrava Pilot travel alarm. Travel time alarm. Papi, you heard that? Did you hear that? Calatrava Pilot alarm. Ding, 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 ding. This is unbelievable. You gotta. This is a machine. You know that my grandkids, they like to see the guy that has like little buttons coming out of his neck. Not Frankenstein. Shrek. Is it Shrek? This thing has buttons like Shrek. It's an unbelievable watch. You know what it is? Grand Complications Calatrava 42 millimeter platinum, ladies and gentlemen. Papi, I'm going to tell you the retail price. I'm going to tell you the retail price of this watch. It's $282,800. 282,800. Ladies and gentlemen. It's a money pit, Papi. It's a money pit. But this man wants to hear my price because he wants to cut, wants to cut a little strip and send it out there. And I'm going to tell you, does anybody know how much I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? I want to hear, because this is, papi, esto es para científico. This is for scientists. $143,000, okay. $143,000. $143,000, wow, okay. One more, come on, give me one more so I can give it to you. Papi. Te la voy a dar ahora. One more, don't be afraid. It's nothing big. 130, wow, 130. Who is this? Wow, Excelite Soldier. Wow. Dios 130. Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, ladies and gentlemen, because I can feel that somebody knows something about this watch. It's like Shrek. It has buttons all over the place. Unbelievable. Platinum, Unbelievable. Monster watch. But ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. I think I got fleece. How much did you pay? 136, okay, 136. But you guys are smart. You guys are there. Look at that. 127, 136, 145. One more, the last one. 128. Papa, I don't know who this guy Randy is. He's new here, okay? I'm saying it loud and clear. He's been on target twice already. Very too close for comfort. My respect to you, Randy. My respect. I'm only all kidding. But he's been there 2 times already. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean this. Don't pay more than $127,000. And Stopping again. You do whatever you want. You've been here for a year. Okay, Randy. Got you, my brother. Eres uno de los míos, Randy. Gracias, papá. Gracias. Wow, man. He missed it by a G. He said 128, papi. On fire. Okay? Here goes another one, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here goes another one. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Patek Philippe Aquanaut Rose Gold 5261. Aquanaut Rose Gold 5261. Blue dial, blue strap, 39.9 millimeter. Self-winding. Ladies and gentlemen, what a machine. What a machine, this Aquanaut, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to be very, very careful for this watch. that are out there asking 155, 160. You know, they get it from those people over there, the old timers, you know, and bring it to you guys and shop it all over the place and put it here, put it here, put it everywhere, you know, put it here. You know, somebody's going to fall. Somebody's going to fall. Don't think for a moment that that watch group that you think that you look and book face. No, papi, no. Son unos cagones. Son unos cagones. Cagones. These people do not even have a page. They only have watches, stacks of boxes. Boxes. That's what I got to tell you. That's what I got to tell you. They don't even go to the show. They don't even want to be seen. They don't even want to be seen. They don't want to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, if I tell you more, you know, I might say the wrong thing, and I can't say the wrong thing. You know, I really have to be polished up here to say, and I cannot right now. Too much of that, you know, jungle juice gets me kind of, you know. Anyway, guys, this Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5261 blue dial, blue strap, 39.9 millimeters, self-winding. Retail price is $79,239. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a hot watch. This is. You have to say what it is, the truth, and the truth. But do not pay 160. Do not pay 164. Do not pay 155. Do not pay 152. Okay? Do not. Do not. I'm giving you already a lead. Do not. Don't pay more. And I mean don't pay more. And I mean don't pay more for that retail price of $79,239. Don't pay more than $138,000 and dopping again. Okay? You got it. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a Rolex yellow gold. Listen to this. Rolex yellow gold. So you can understand how these prices have been behaving. Rolex yellow gold Oyster Flex with a meteorite dial. Reference number 126518. 40 millimeter. The Daytona, you know, the Daytona. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new one, papi. Un caballote. But don't pay for that watch because it's yellow. They say because it's yellow. And I say it's beautiful, you know, yellow gold with the meteorite dial. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they have it out there for 94, 95, 97. And guess what I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you? Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you to pay for that watch? Does anybody? Nobody knows? You want it with all the bells and whistles. You know, use slider condition material watch. Wow. It said, Mr. Blair is on fire. Mr. Blair is on fire. Don't pay for that watch, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that Oyster Flex meteorite Daytona. Don't pay more than $88,000 and topping again. I'm telling you what it is. I'm on fire, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not messing around today. I'm not messing around. They call me the SOB. They call me the SOB. Kino has tried to tell me that in English. He tried to call me SOB. They call me the SOB, ladies and gentlemen. This channel is not mine. This channel is not mine. This channel belongs to no other than Sweet Kino. Kino to me, Joaquin to you. Right? I'm just the voice. He's the brains. He's the brains. That's all I got to tell you. That's all I got to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a watch now that's going to knock your socks off and blow your hair back. Unbelievable. You know, unbelievable. You know, this is for real, man. You know, me and Sweet Kino are like what, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were, you know, like that, you know, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. We're like that. You know, we're cool people. Yo no dije nada malo, Kino, que tú eres mi amigo de hasta la muerte. Ladies and gentlemen, here goes another one. It's a Patek Philippe Nautilus. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting good. Pay attention. We have a full house, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. 31 subscribers and 26 thumbs up. That's unbelievable. Starsky and Hutch. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, Starsky and Hutch. It's incredible. I like that one. Or like the guy from Adam 12. You ever saw Adam 12? There used to be two cops from California. Adam 12. Oh, what was going on? Oh, Adam 12, Adam 12. Oh. You know, Adam 12. California. I was a young little kid. I remember watching that show. It was a great show. Patek Philippe stainless steel Nautilus. Unbelievable, Shaggy Rogers. Shaggy Rogers and Scooby-Doo. Oh my God. Oh my, oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you very much, Randy, for that super chat. Thank you so much, Randy, from the bottom of our hearts. You know, the whole channel, everybody. We want to thank you. Everybody in this channel is thanking you too as well. Everybody, thank you very much, Randy, for that super chat. Thank you very much. I can't believe. Thank you very much, Randy. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Scooby-Doo. Ladies and gentlemen, here it goes. I was talking about I believe I was talking about a Patek Philippe Nautilus. Oh my God. A Patek Philippe Nautilus, ladies and gentlemen, 5726. Stainless steel with a 40 with a 40.5 millimeter casing, and it has a piano dial. A piano dial. You know? We call this the piano dial. Unbelievable. The piano dial, ladies and gentlemen. The retail price of this watch is $68,712. It's an unbelievable time machine, ladies, to be honest. And I'm going to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, they're asking for that watch. I'm going to tell you now, from now on, the new things to tell you what they're asking out there for that watch. And I'm going to give you my price. You take a clip and you send it to your favorite Muppet Boiler Room secondary grade watch market channel, and you tell them, Sweet Kid Kino, this is the price he says. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Does anybody do? No, this is the stainless steel with the piano. You know, piano, white dial with black. You know, like a little, like Liberace, you know? Don't pay for that watch. You know what? I'm curious, Chris. What do you think, Christopher? What do you think I'm going to say for that watch? I want to know. I want to know, Christopher. What price am I going to say? Okay, there's any 85. Okay, 85,000. Okay. Okay, stop right there. You see? It's a big difference between 85 and 105. And the 105 number is the number we're heading to. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $102,000. 102. Don't pay more than that. Okay? Don't pay more than that. And it's dropping, but I got to give you the numbers the way they are. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you an AP. Stainless steel, Royal Oak, white dial, 15400. 15400, 41 millimeter. This watch does interest me to see how many of you know the number of this watch. How much I'm going to say, don't pay for this watch. This is a very, it's not economical, it's expensive, but you know, it's an AP, stainless steel, Royal Oak, you know, Royal Oak with a white dial. Coño, está bien, 20, okay. Luxury gentleman said 23, okay. Go ahead, let me see somebody, come on, a couple of more. You know, at least luxury gentleman put it out there. 28.5, 39. Christopher, you're giving away too much money. Christopher, you're just giving it away. Don't do it, papi. We love you, kid. We love you. Don't do it. 15400 is an older version. You know, this one has automatic, you know, both things. Okay, fine. Frank Riesel, 25, 32, 31. Beautiful, guys. That means that all of you are in the game. Here we go. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean that. It's a hard seller. Coño, wow. You know it, Papa. You know it. It's a hard seller. It is a hard seller. He's right. And this is why I'm going to tell you not to pay For that watch, don't pay more than $26,500 and that, okay? That, you got it, okay? It's a harder sell, but don't pay more than $26,500. And I'm telling you, as we're getting closer to the, the turkey, whatever you call him, he's gonna drop. He's gonna drop more. Just to let you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give a watch market update here on one of our subscribers has asked me for these watches. He asked me for Le Mans, White Gold. He asked me for Oyster Perpetual with a beige dial, I believe, and Land Dweller. If you know who you are, I'm coming your way. All right, here it goes. This one here is a Rolex Yellow Gold Daytona. Yellow Gold Daytona Le Mans. Okay, this is a 40 millimeter. It has a black dial. With white gauges. Beautiful watch. Retail price is $50,000. And this watch went it went all the way up, man. All the way up. The chicken coop is coming soon. The chicken coop. Yes, off catalog. It's a Le Mans. They made it in yellow gold with the combination of black dial with white gauges, and then the other one with the white gold, I think, is black dial with white gauges. Or I don't know what it is. Something to that, right? But this watch is a $50,000 retail price, and it's a very, very hard watch to get. You got to get it from those people, from those old timers. They have it over there. They have it. I don't know how they do, but they have it over there. And ladies and gentlemen, is the reference number 126528. 16528. And I'm going to tell all of you, no matter if they're telling you 230, 227, don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay for that watch more. One more, guys. Go ahead. One more. This is the yellow one, not the white gold. Yellow gold. Don't pay for that watch more than $216,000, all right? Don't pay more than $216,000. Don't pay more than that. Okay? So you have that one. The next watch that we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a watch that many of you like very much. This is a Patek Philippe Nautilus. It is stainless steel. It is a green dial. It's a 40 millimeter. It's a 5711. This was when they were retiring the 5711. They made these watches, with the green dial, lottie. And this has a retail price of, let's say, $35,000. You were lucky, you got that watch. You were lucky, you hit a home run. That watch at one moment was over $300,000, right? Over $300,000. Does anybody know what price this watch should be out there? It's a beauty, Papa. It is a beauty. It's a beauty. But let's see what you guys think. What is the number of that watch? What price do you think I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Okay, $150,000. It's not a limited edition watch. It's not. It's not a limited. It's just very hard to get. I think it was a very small production, No, just the dial, the green dial. This is the 5711 Nautilus green dial. Not the Cubitus green Nautilus, Green dial. Nobody knows? 90,000, okay. 94,000. 5711, boys. This watch at the moment was over very well. Christopher, bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. It's not exactly the number he said, but he's right there. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more than $202,000. And that watch is dropping, so be very, very careful. Be very, very, very careful. That watch is dropping. Is very, very careful. Be very, very careful with that 5711 Nautilus green dial. Plain green dial. Be very, I can tell you even a little cheaper, but I'm going to be nice and say that number right now. You'll have another one by Thanksgiving, and you'll have another one when the holidays start in Christmas. I'm telling you. That watch is dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas warehouse. That's what I'm telling you. Not Arkansas warehouse, in an Arkansas farmhouse, excuse me, guys. I'm too excited today, ladies and gentlemen. Some jungle juice. You know, we have a couple of more watches to go and we're out of here. Good job, Christopher. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Patek Philippe Cubitus. Patek Philippe Cubitus stainless steel with a green dial, 45 millimeter. Unbelievable. Man, guys, we have a lot of people watching this show today. It's unbelievable, these people. Wow. Okay. Wow. Thank you for letting me know, Chris. Thank you very much. 4 months ago. Thank you. The Patek Philippe Cubitus stainless steel green dial 45 millimeter. Reference number 5821/1A. Ladies and gentlemen, this watch at one moment was over $230,000. $230,000. Good evening to you. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Thank you. 5821/1A, 45 millimeter green dial Cubitus. Okay? Cubitus. Wow. Very good, Mr. Donut. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, this watch was over $230,000. And then it started dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. Wow, Randy, you guys are on fire. You guys are on fire. And it started dropping, and it started dropping and dropping and dropping. It just kept on dropping. Let me tell you a little bit more of this watch. The retail price of this watch when it was first released. So you understand, they don't care. They know you're going to continue buying this watch. You know, those luxury, factories, they know that already. You know the APs, the Pateks, the Rolex, they know. They know. Even the Vacheron Constantin. Good for you, Mr. Donut. And it's incredible the prices you guys are telling me. That means, it was, when it first released, it was $41,240. Listen up. When it was first released, it was $41,240. Do you know how much it went up now to? Okay, here it goes. I'm going to do it quick so you guys can get out of here. It's $49,791. From 41 to 49. And you're still going to buy it. So they say they're going to buy it. Si lo van a comprar, dáselo. They're going to buy it. They're going to buy it anyway. They're going to buy it from the gray market. They're going to buy it. They're going to buy it anyway. So just put more money into it because they're going to buy it. Let us make more money. We are the ones that have created this, with all due respect. But that story, I'll tell you in another chapter. Today, I gave you the chapter of the watch, the chat groups. I gave it to you today, and you have it in your heart now. Ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that watch. Don't pay for it more than $89,500. You do whatever you want. Okay, you do whatever you want. I mean, it was, they cut corners, that's right. I honestly believe sometimes I look at it and it looks to me, at least me personally, I look at it sometimes and it gives me the feeling of un Cartier, a Cartier or something to that. One of those, it looks like one of the watches that Mr. Gerald Genta did. That's that, I don't know, that design. At least me, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a Rolex White Gold Oyster Flex Baby Le Mans. This name, Baby Le Mans, I'm going to tell you who put this name on this. It was Deputy Boxing Black Eyes and his sidekick, Jiminy Cricket, with the Chia Pet spray can hair, They put it the Baby Le Mans. It's just a, Oyster Flex watch, with a black dial and silver gauges, And they named that one, They named it the Baby Le Mans. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a $42,000, retail price watch. But you can fool people sometimes, but you can't fool them all the time. People are gonna waken up, They're gonna awaken, And I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, if you think, Santos, if you're thinking of, buying this watch, I'm gonna tell you the watch market is dead. Watch market dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Dead. You do whatever you want. Don't pay for that watch more than $39,000. $39,000. And you want it with all the bells and whistles. Full set. Use slider condition material, but you want it full set. Okay? You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a Rolex for this gentleman. You know that he wanted this watch. The Rolex stainless steel Land Dweller, 41 millimeter. Let's see where you guys are at. Please give me prices up there. Put all the prices you want. Rolex stainless steel Land Dweller, 41 millimeter, chicken coop white dial. You know the white dial, chicken coop. The chicken coop where you put the chicken. They have like little, like wire. Chicken coop dial. You look at it. It's a chicken coop dial. You heard it first here. The one that named that was us. All of us, we named it in this channel. The chicken coop white dial. Unbelievable. Land Dweller. Unbelievable that Frank Riesel. He said 22,500. He's on fire. I like this Frank Riesel. I like him a lot. 28,000. Christopher's on fire too. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know too much. One more and we're going. One more. Put it up there. Put it there. One more. Put any number. Any number you want. 27. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Premium, the option, looks like he is the winner, to be honest. I thought Chris was going to get it, but it's Mr. Option, I forgot his name, Experiment. Don't pay for that watch more than $26,500. In my next show, it'll be at 26. In the following, 25.5. I'm just letting you know. The high-low. Okay, yeah, you're right. He's in that show. What's the name of that show that I will watch when I will miss school? The Price is Right. The Price is Right. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my two last watches. It is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 millimeter stainless steel with a beige dial. Reference number 134300. It has a retail price of $6,650. They had the Labrador, they had the green one, they had this one, that one. I'm giving you January prices. Okay, Papa. Thank you, Frank Riesel. Thank you. And, this is the beige one. It's not yellow. It's like a beige, a little beige. Bob Barker. It's a little beige, It's not the full yellow, but it's beige. And one of my subscribers asked me for this watch. Retail price is $6,650. And I'm going to tell you, if you are looking for this watch, it's a beautiful watch. It's a very, very beautiful watch. But don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay for that watch more. Anybody knows? Nobody said a number of that watch. Wow, you guys were going for the home runs. Okay, 8,000. Okay, here it goes. This is okay. Wow, I gotta be honest, man. Don't pay for that watch more than $9,100. Right? $9,100. If you guys have trouble with telling your Muppet Boy to Room favorite backpack dealer, you just cut and show it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my last watch of the evening. These last three watches have been for that gentleman from this channel. And here it goes. It's a Rolex white gold Le Mans Daytona. White gold Le Mans Daytona, black dial with white gauges. I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm a white gold kind of a man. I do like, I have yellow, rose, but for some reason I like white gold. I feel more, in a way, I feel like nobody's really looking at me and watching me. When I wear some other watches, a little bit, hits them in the eye, and I might get in the head. But this one is white gold, and it has the white gauges. It's a 40 millimeter, and the reference number is the 126529 with a retail price of $50,000. Remember, this is an off-catalog watch. And I'm telling you, for some reason, as you guys know, white gold is not as popular as yellow or rose gold or platinum, for whatever reason. It's not it. Does anybody know what price I'm going to tell you for Rolex white gold Le Mans Daytona black dial, white gauges, 40 millimeter, reference number 126529, 219, okay, 219, 88. Right now, the one that's in the numbers correctly is Mr. Christopher. We're not in the 80,000. We're not. We're, up there, up there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for this watch, 209 Randy, very well. Okay. You guys are going to be surprised, all right? Don't pay for this watch. Don't pay for this watch 180, okay? 180. Don't pay for this watch more than $188,000 in dropping, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your watch market update show. I really hope you enjoy this watch market. I really hope you enjoy what I told you today on chapter 40 and what's happening, what they do to you guys to play you guys and play with your mind, so you guys can defend yourself and you can say it all day, every day. Reference price on the Rolex, 218, 216, platinum, blacked out, Jubilee next. Okay, I got you, Papa. You're there. I got you. Again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the channel. All of you that were here, all of you mean something to me. All of you, just by being here, for real. I want to thank you for all your support, for all the good things that you have for me and Sweet Kid Kino. I know you guys mean well, and we love that. All right, guys? So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything. But please don't forget to keep on liking the video so the doors will continue opening up. Right, guys? Please. De verdad, de corazón, from my heart to your heart. Lo quiero mucho. Love you guys. Stay cool, stay right, stay smart. All right, guys? And it ain't going to happen over there in New York, with that freeze rent, If they don't put there all those options, freeze tax and, helping them with all the goods, appliances, plumbing, it ain't going to work out. Take care, guys. Take care and brush your hair. Respect to all of you. Thank you, guys. See you. Bye. Good night.